Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Bleach, chapter 585 review. Now, this chapter is a simple chapter, and this time I don't think I'm trolling. I don't think so. Regardless of that, this chapter is very simple, and this review will be quick by my standards. Now, first of all, click right here for the live reaction of the chapter. And also, if you're a gamer, click right here for my thoughts on Sony's and Microsoft's E3 conferences. If you're a gamer, again, that's going to be on my gaming channel right there. If you're interested, then by all means, go. So that being said, this chapter, well, first of all, the end result is Ichigo, and it looks like he's going to go and take on Yuha, which I don't think is going to be the case. It's probably going to be Yuha and Hashvald, or maybe even Yuha and Uryu are going to go up to the Soul King Palace. They may run into the Royal Guard, who knows, and they are going to leave either, it depends on who goes up there, but Yuha Bach should be going up there, which means that either Ichigo is going to face Uryu or Hashvald, or maybe both at the same time. Who knows? But I'd actually, honest to God, rather Ichigo take on Hashvald. I'd rather Ichigo take on Hashvald, because Hashvald, I think, is the basin. Yeah, like when he made that star pattern on top of the roof, he was in the middle of that star, which means that Hashvald is the one who is making that beam of light into the sky. And Uryu and Yuha were at either ends of that star. So I'm thinking that Uryu and Yuha are going to be going up to the Soul King Palace area, dimension, while Hashvald is going to cut off the path so Ichigo can't follow them. That's what I'm thinking. So we may probably get to see Ichigo versus Hashvald. And then we already have the 6-on-8 when it comes to Renji, Rukia, my man, Hisagi Shuhei, one of my favorite characters, Ikkaku, and you have Byakuya and Yumichika against the 8 of the Star Knights. Now, I don't think that it's going to be this versus this. I think at some point in time it's going to change to like 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 matchups. I can see Rukia getting 2 of the Quincy girls. I can see that happening. Maybe either the Glun girl or Gazelle or who knows. But I can see that happening. Byakuya as well, because Byakuya has not yet shown what he can do now with his refined powers, with his refined skill of Senbon Zakura and Senbon Zakura Kageyoshi. That's what I'm thinking. And then Renji may have a 1-on-1. Now, I want to say Bazz-B, given that their personalities are very similar, they're hotheads. And, well, Renji, after his training, doesn't seem to fly off the wall that much. But people have been saying that Bazz-B is destined, quote-unquote, destined to fight against Grimmjow. But Grimmjow isn't here. So, I mean, I would like that fight to go down. I would, because, you know, that would be a pretty cool fight. But will it happen? I don't know. I mean, it may just be Renji versus Bazz-B, and then Renji kills Bazz-B. That could be it. And then Grimmjow fights against someone else. Who knows? But, again, when it comes to the matchups, there's a whole host of possibilities. I mean, it could be a 4-on-1 Rukia versus all the Star Knight girls. And then it's a 6, or it's going to be a 5-on-4. And then you have Colonel Sanders, Quincy take on 2 Shinigami. Who knows? Colonel Sanders, Quincy is the one who shot in Chiraku's eye. And Yumichika is not going to be too keen on using his Shikai, obviously, given the current situation. Because people are everywhere. Unless someone has another ability similar to that one guy, Coolhorn, where no one can see them or sense their Reiatsu, then yeah, okay, fine, now we're talking. But that'd be too cliche. That'd be way too cliche. Within the confines of the story itself, there's no way. There's no way Kubo's doing that. So the matchups, we'll see what happens there, and that's all we can do. But to wrap the video up, we're going to talk about the last point, and the last point is very important, obviously. So initially in my live reaction, I thought that it was kind of weird that now we found out that there are 72 layer barriers, and in order for Byakuya, Rukia, Renji, Ichigo to pass through the barriers, they had this cloth, they had this clothes that was made out of the hair and the bone of the King's Key of the Royal Guard. And that was probably made by Senju Maru, the girl with the multi-arms, and her, probably her. And the God of Weaving, I think that's her moniker, I'm not too sure. But the thing here is that because Rukia and Renji got there first, I was wondering, wait, so if they got there, why couldn't Yhwach just go there immediately after they fell down? And I thought about it for a few minutes, and then I realized, well, if he did go there, then Ichigo would be there waiting for him. So probably the reason why Hashval and Yuha and Uryu aren't going there now, I mean, the reason why they didn't go there before and they're going there now is probably because they wanted to wait for Ichigo to come down, and so when Ichigo's down, it can be an opportunity to go up there and take out the Soul King with just the Royal Guard, and not have to worry about Ichigo and the other war potentials, or I should say, because no, Byakuya no, Renji no, but you won't have to worry about more enemies. There'll be less enemies if we just focus on the Royal Guard as opposed to having Ichigo there as well. So that's that. And that's probably what he was thinking. Again, we don't know because it hasn't been mentioned. He hasn't clarified. But that's what I'm assuming Yhwach is thinking. That's my assumption. So that's it. I'm done. Overall, the chapter, a very simple chapter of Bleach. It's more setup. It's more setup for, because last chapter, it was already a setup for the 8-on-1, and we got bits and pieces of that. Freaking PP didn't do shit, and all I can say is that I really wanted to actually see a full-on, like, 8-on-1 fight. That would have been pretty cool to see. Though, I am happy that Yhwach is not assimilating the other Star Knights, because if he were to do that, that would signify, that would be the signal of like, yeah, it's game over, or we're reaching the end of the series, because Yhwach is assimilating all the Star Knights. So we're not going to get to see a lot of these characters fight and use their holy forms and so on and so forth, which would negate their introduction into the story in the first place. So again, I'm pleased that that didn't happen, even though the wording at the end of the last chapter signified that that was going to go down. So that was probably a translation error of some kind. Again, who knows? But I'm done overall. So King Lightning, the chapter, it's a okay plus to good chapter of Bleach, and I will see you guys later. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day.